Now, it's recording another 6 seconds, but it already has 10:42. Wait a minute now. Hold on. I hope you're getting this. Anyway, whatever. You should have gotten the first one. So, if you don't get the first one, I am cutting this whole thing and starting over tomorrow. Because anyway, we were at Tom Hanks. So there's this famous show, Bosom Buddies, hugely popular. I am like way fortunate enough to, get this guest starring role in this show, and it's about drag queens and a friggin' sorority. And this is way before Philadelphia Story and all his wonderfulness, and then his rise to the upper echelons of Hollywood. He was a drag queen in a series, and he did Bachelor Party, which I think I was talking about before I got cut off, and I got I don't know, whatever. So he hires me for this thing, and it is the part of a bossy, precocious director stage manager kid who is the son of the producer, and got the job. He's precocious, he's 13, whatever, so they let him do the whatever promo, like for like a car dealership type thing. So they let the kid do this. 13, it's me. They hire me. So I go to this huge table reading, right? And Tom Hanks is right there across from me. And he's smiling and talking, laughing to me because why? I'm the guest star on the show. And then Peter Scolari and Mary Jo Sperber. Mary Jo. Anyway, everyone will know that. So the cast, everything great, big, popular, famous. So I get hired to be this precocious, which ironically precocious was a euphemism for being GAY as a child, but we'll get into that later. So I was supposed to be precocious, right? The fucking, oh my God. Script. If they pull it, they pull it. So I got hired for that. I'm at the table reading, everyone's laughing, and everyone thinks I'm funny. Or, my part is funny and what I'm doing is funny. I guess. See, you go in and with a director, and you think that you're making headway and they can't stand you inside of their head. Or they love you inside of their head and you think they can't stand you, and then it's a car crash. So, I'm at that table reading with Tom Hanks and everybody, and I've been hired to be this precocious stage manager person, and we do this table reading, and it was really a funny script, actually. Like, that blonde, I make her be like a tap dancing cigarette box. Whatever. Is it ending again? No. A tap dancing cigarette box was part of this promo that this 13-year-old supposed to be like inheriting the privilege of shooting. What? But it was the 80s, and it was called suspension of disbelief. Suspension of disbelief means that you are basically so unbelievable or untruthful or outrageous that people wouldn't believe that you would be that way. So you have suspended their disbelief. In other words, they so don't believe you could be that way that they have suspended it. So now you believe them. So table reading is wonderful. Everyone's laughing. Everyone's wonderful. And then next day, I'm being paid for all this, by the way. And next day, and then we do the blocking. No, the rehearsal. It goes table read, rehearsal, blocking, dress rehearsal, taping. So I got through for the rehearsal, and I'm doing my thing, precocious. I'm running around the script. It's 3 camera. I had done Alice, this series before, so I was familiar with 3 camera work. So I was like, hey, bring it on, bring it on. So I do my thing. Everything is like normal. Okay, so get this, man. So everything's normal, what I just told you. And I go home. And then I get a call from my agent, and I'm 12. This is how Hollywood was at the time. And I don't even care if it's that way anymore. It was at that time. So I'm 12 years old and I pick up the phone and my agent is there. And I'm like foaming at the mouth, barking green peaches over my joy of being this thing in this drag queen series. And my agent tells me, you were fired. You were let go. Whatever the hell. You were fired. And I'm crestfallen. And I'm like, well, why? Now, on some of the levels, this is wrong down to why would you say this? To that, to him, to her, from these three levels. And the agent said, because they said you were too effeminate. Too effeminate. Now, I know most of you know what that word means. So I was too effeminate at 12 for a show I had been hired for and made through the rehearsals for about drag queens scamming sorority girls, living with them, being drag queens, sharing the same bathroom. Oh, this is so funny. Today, it would not be, by many standards, not so funny on so many different levels. And don't get me started on those levels. So I'm 12 years old and I'm talking to my agent, and he tells me I'm too effeminate. And so you know what I think? I think, oh, precocious. Should have known. They said precocious. They wanted precocious. They got gay. Gay is a euphemism. Precocious is a euphemism for gay. So basically, they asked for what they wanted. They got it, and then they didn't want it because it was gay. I don't know. Point being, Tom Hanks is, I'm sure, a wonderful person. I'm sure of it. I mean, Philadelphia story, man. Like, okay, I lived that, when I was 20 for 4 years, 88 to 92, with a whole generation of people dropping unlived. And I was 20 and I had my beloveds dropping unlived, and everyone was dropping unlived, and a whole generation of people dropped unlived. That changes history. Get it? I don't mean to be condescending. You have just lost 20 years, which is equivalent to essentially a generation of artists, of poets, people who do ceramics, writers, people who work at the DMV. I mean, dude, whatever. They were all gone, like by the millions, gone, and then worldwide gone. So he does, oh man, Philadelphia story, dude, cool. Later, a little bit later, like kind of way a little bit later, but you did it. You brought life to the story. Fight the good fight, right? Act up. By the way, where are all you act up people lately? I don't want to be offending anybody, but where are y'all? And y'all know why I mean that, and you know why I really wonder where you are at right now. Anyway, where was I? I don't know. So like being told that, and then having to continue your career at 12, continuing to do that, which shoves you deeper in the closet, and then more of those precocious whatevers come up, and then your agents want to strip you, and then they pass you to the next agent who's a girl, who then wants to strip you, and then, God, I hope strip isn't stripped. And then the second one wants to be inappropriate presence of you, like way. And then she's the second one, and then you're passed around like a party doll from a dime store, and then you are suddenly, too dirty and used and uninflated to be commodified. I hope I'm not on the soap opera. Am I coming across angry? I'm not angry. I'm really not angry, actually. Well, I am angry. I'm not angry at you, unless you're the one that I'm angry at who is watching. Well, okay, guys. So, another fun one. So I know this guy who I have to be really careful about this one because it could really be litigious. I hope he doesn't cut off again. I hope he got the first one. So this dude is like mid television entity, and he has specializes in a very specific entity genre. I gotta be vague about this one. So he's a rags to riches, and he's top of the line of this industry genre in media, television media, and so like this is